Hello, and thank you for joining me for this data overview. My name is Kurt Doehrman, and I recently completed a Master's of Education in Instructional Technology from Kennesaw State University. I currently teach 12th grade economics here at North Oconee High School, and I am in my 6th year teaching. This data overview is being presented to the economics instructional team at North Oconee High School because we are adding 2 new members to the economics instructional team this upcoming school year. So this data overview is going to familiarize those new members of our team to our school, but more specifically, the purpose of this data overview is firstly to give an overview of the changes in North Oconee High School's demographics over the last 3 years. We'll look at student demographics and teacher demographics. Additionally, we're going to compare student achievement to that of our district and state. We'll look at the student achievement of our school as a whole, but also our 12th grade seniors on the economics milestone exam. We're going to acknowledge student achievement, the strengths of our schools, and the strengths within our economics instructional team. And lastly, we're going to identify areas for improvement or weaknesses of our school and areas that we can improve within our economics instructional team here at North Oconee High School. So here's a general overview of North Oconee High School's demographics. Here you'll see our student enrollment data over the last 3 years. In 2016, we had 1,186 students enrolled, and that has increased to last year's 2018 enrollment of 1,340. As you can see, between 2016 and 2018, we've had a rapid growth in student population over those 3 years. Here's our enrollment at North Oconee High School broken down by student subgroups. Here we have 3 student subgroups listed: the limited English proficient, eligible for free and reduced meals, and students with disability. As you can see, from 2016 to 2018, our student subgroup of limited English proficient has remained constant at 2%. The 2 other subgroups have increased slightly. Eligible for free and reduced meals has increased from 15% to 18% over the last 3 years. Additionally, students with disability has increased from 8.3% to 9.3%. Our enrollment broken down by gender, you can see that over the last 3 years, the female population has increased every year by 1 percentage point. Currently, in 2018, we have 51% male students and 49% female students. Our enrollment broken down by race and ethnicity, you can see North Oconee High School is overwhelmingly a white student population. From 2016 to 2018, the white population has only decreased 1 percentage point from 79% to 78%. The second and third largest groups based on race and ethnicity are the Hispanic population and the Asian population, both hovering around 7 to 8%. Here you can see the district graduation rates. The blue bars on the left refer to North Oconee's percentage of students graduating in 4 years. On the right, you can see the red column, or red bar, which shows Oconee County's percentage of students graduating in 4 years. As you can see, over the last 3 years, North Oconee High School's graduation rate have increased and remained consistently high. In 2016, North Oconee had a 95.1% graduation rate, and last year in 2018, we had a 97% graduation rate. Here you will see a graph of the teacher population at North Oconee High School broken down by gender. In 2018, we had 77 teachers, 42 of those teachers being females and 35 of those teachers being males. As you can see, over the last 3 years, the female teachers have outnumbered male teachers in every year. North Oconee High School's teacher population, when being broken down by race and ethnicity, shows little diversity. Here you can see the teacher population over the last 3 years remaining pretty much the same, being overwhelmingly a white teacher population with little diversity. The experience of our teacher population at North Oconee High School ranges anywhere from less than a years of experience to greater than 30 years experience. Over half of the teacher population, 41 teachers, have anywhere between 11 and 20 years experience. 22% of the teachers range anywhere from their first year teaching to 10 years teaching. Additionally, 22% of teachers have anywhere between 21 years experience and 30 years experience. Now let's take a look at some student achievement data. The College and Career Ready Performance Index measures a number of different areas, including content mastery, progress, closing gaps, readiness, graduation rate, school climate, and financial efficiency. This is regularly referred to as the CCRPI score. Here you can see the CCRPI single scores over the last 3 years as compared to our school district and the state of Georgia. In 2016, North Oconee High School had a CCRPI of 98.3, outpacing both Oconee County schools and the schools in the state of Georgia. In 2017, North Oconee High School had the highest CCRPI single score in the state with 100.6. In 2018, North Oconee High School once again outpaced our district and the state of Georgia with a CCRPI score of 94.1. Over the last 3 years, you can see the consistency of North Oconee High School having a very high CCRPI score. I'd like to take this time now to narrow our focus into data that is a direct result of the instructional practices that have taken place within this economics instructional team. Here we're going to look at the Georgia Milestones end of course data for economics. This data is going to cover the last 3 years, and it is going to compare the scores of our 12th grade seniors to those in the district as well as the state of Georgia. Here you can see in 2016, North Oconee High School students have the highest percentage of students scoring in the Distinguished Learners category, with 34.3% of our students scoring in the Distinguished Learning Performance level. Secondly, 45.2% were classified as proficient learners, with 11.4% being developing learners and 9.1% being beginning learners. Here you can see North Oconee High School has the highest student population scoring anywhere between the distinguished learners and proficient learners compared to those students in the district as well as the state of Georgia in 2016. This is also the case for 2017, with students scoring 38.2% as distinguished learners, 45.2% as proficient learners, outpacing that of the Oconee County Schools District and the state of Georgia. In 2018, you can see the consistency and even increase in scores, with 38.4% of 12th grade seniors at North Oconee High School being identified as distinguished learners, more than 3 times that of the state level. So as a whole, our economics instructional team has been very good at preparing our entire 12th grade population for taking this economics Georgia milestone assessment. However, I'd like to narrow our focus even more to an area of improvement for us. Here you can see the Georgia milestones end of course data divided up by performance of students with disabilities and without disabilities. Here you can see in 2016, students with disabilities only were identified as 13.6% distinguished learners. Here you have a very large percentage, 45.5% of our students with disabilities being identified as beginning learners. This is overwhelmingly greater than those students without disabilities, only 5.6% being identified as beginning learners. You can see over time, especially in 2017, we've had less students identified as distinguished learners that have disabilities. This data right here shows a consistent and widening achievement gap between students with disabilities and those without. Here's a few of the strengths that can be pulled from the data we've looked at. Over the last 3 years, North Oconee has experienced a growing student population. This has brought about an increase in diversity within the student population. Student achievement shows a consistently high and increasing graduation rate, as well as North Oconee being consistently among the state's highest CCRPI scores. Some weaknesses that we've identified is that there's a lack of diversity within the teaching population. Moreover, in reference to our economics instructional team, students with disabilities consistently have low achievement on the Georgia Milestones EOC for economics, making an increasing and widening achievement gap. So what are the next steps? Here I've identified 3 questions to get the conversation started within our team. So, how can the Social Studies Department decrease the achievement gap between students with disabilities and those without? How can our team, department, and school better service students with disabilities? And is there a way to address the lack of diversity within our population of teachers? Possible action steps would be to collaborate with other departments and the Response to Intervention or RTI committee on interventions with which they have experienced success. Also, we can provide differentiated learning opportunities through online resources and our district LMS. Thank you for watching this data overview.